on this very afternoon. But when him said we are still in the week of the year, our engagement with the clergy and our Prophet Nigel Gazy Ebaha, we had an extensive conversation, a lot of issues around our nation because you struggle to understand why Ghana we are where we are now, in spite of the resources that we have. And to know, the afahu anya ye, and ye di rahu hu say hono. Anyembia yakwa bisa yebetumi anya eho pomesibra into today we'll do another leg of the conversation with another prominent man of the clergy and to just hang on medinidimba tuga now at the appropriate time no yeah that conversation abremo but we also doing the build up to the NDC's parliamentary and presidential primaries. And I'm sure, sir, we are aware, sir, already know it's getting hotter by the day. Now, and now we have an exclusive one-on-one interview with the lady that almost made history. Now, I'm picking information, sir. She's about to make another comeback for what many felt was hers, but eventually went the other way. Now, unim said it was a keenly contested seat over that constituency in 2020 elections. Now, you say Emma Ekwana Emeku. Now, this time around, we are just waiting keenly to see how it turns out. And area, we have an exclusive one-on-one interview with a parliamentary candidate aspirant coming back again for what she claims to say a seat. And just hang on, me to drama. All right, you're from the dawn, Kwabnapra. Thanks to our production team, Kwa Joseph Dankwa Anafe, Thomas Kofia Samoa. Yes, set the show in motion, and there we are, Phyllis Naa Koryoo. Phyllis Naa Koryoo. The NDC's aspiring parliamentary candidate for Awutu Senya East. Now, when the flyer went out, boys are here wild. We never fra. Charlie, woman, sir, yo, all right. And Phyllis Naa Koryoo ewaha. Oba fefe akwaba.
Yenya.
Bibi aboko dear.
Pacho bibi aboko.
Wow. I'm afraid the nke the co-beauty pageant too, but what's the parliament and adibeko?
Pacho I.
Good. Now, Awutu Senya East, the hoboko dear.
Pacho ehoboko.
Bibi aboko. Edian ekoso hose saying.
Yegusuya preparations.
Bugusuya
preparations towards upcoming presidential and parliamentary primaries na Airbaso.
Good. But aside the NDC's internal contest Airbano constituency in Ankasa to say the place is boiling. Tell us about the constituency. Whole course saying are people engaged in business? Whole boss no.
Okay, mami fa inchia kese Emma Obi Biara or Awutu Senya East constituency kaswa any nepetum na memfa inchia kese so Emma Shankiki movements.
Hey.
But the inchia kese so Emma the Vegas youth movements. But the inchia kese so Emma the Lion's Heart. And I'm in Chiakese Emma NDC Fuena, all the constituency executives, ABC from national to region to the Awutu Senya East constituency, Medi Chiakese Emma Omomubia.
Fantastic. So all these movements, no constituency ho.
Oh, omo ye embebunu youth omo ka omo ho abom. Say omo bebo abo omo ho na omo ahwo omo ho nkra. Na omo offer help to each other.
Okay.
No mo nso omo asan so ahwe se kaswa epetumpo.
Okay.
Yes.
The Shankiki movement, Lionheart movement.
And Vegas youth movement.
Youth movement.
Your youth no makeka ke komo ho abom.
Okay.
Say they would offer support to each other. Na omo abuama kaswan so abeye krabehwe.
Okay.
Na obi ab sorry or say na East Legon I say dansuma na I say but I say who say and nam nipa ba ko mienu miensa bi so ɛna ɛma saa kuro no ɛbɛyɛ kuro a agye din eti yɛn nso yɛ youth na yɛwɔ Kasoa nso ɔmo nso ɔmo akeka ɔmo ho groups a ɔmo nso ɔmo yɛ biribi de aboa ɔmo aho ama Kasoa nso abɛyɛ krabɛhwɛ
nti when is it with your support and I say I mean a general movement within the constituency NDC for
youth movement no omo nye NDC for omo ye general movement within the constituency
okay
omo ye omo programs bia omo frɛ ye bia it is not affiliated to any political group and a political party but say me bo mu di no because of ejuma pa omo ye no say me bo mu abaso
fantastic. I mean what kind of field work no omo engage in community programs near there
community engagements omoye counseling to other youth organizations no omo boabo omo ho eba ni ejume ma and all that no omoye ICT training and so it's just to empower the youth in the communities.
Oh, okay, so so now I mean akotwin sa movement now, but is it because there's a perception around Kasoa and what goes on there Nuntina Munim say you have to galvanize the youth front now. Mu put up, I mean, a certain picture out there.
Kasoa ye share population that work Kasoa no.
Yeah.
Majority ebeye man the women and na ye youth no. It's and na ejuma asem ema ye youth name so adeswa baako a and also haye e work Kasoa. Inti youth groups ne dwoma sori se all person mo bo ho obi oni edwuma bia ye no on be tumi abo mo ho on say what is important is say obi tumi enya networking so when they meet like that na omu tumi en networking omo ho ma omu di omo ho nkomo inti ebwe bia anybody can offer to each other no akwaya say they are building up a relationship a fellowship on be tumi di abo mo ho
I say but now tell us what's your own general impression about Kasoani environment, you know, that perception around the community, you know, sanity, who now free or seeking to lead them politically. Your own assessment of where the constituency net was saying.
Yeka Kasoa no ebeji di one because of the markets. Kasoa market a marketer a shopper na osha markets ni mono. The majority of the people that were here and many youth no as earlier me can say population that work house running so majority here and many youth no na ye can youth no teacher enyuma eni Kasoa enjuma eni Kasoa but the youth no omo ye eager and they have the zeal say omo be pe ejume bia say yenya avenues ni bia ewo other regions and our constituencies ejuma there's an availability of jobs ewo ho anka inka me sure say your youth ni na no be page but enyuma she say mefa car anopa me fa trotro me say me te Peace Town it is a me fa taxi kra me fa taxi ne be 5 cedi abesi Kasoa station me fa 5 cedi na me kɔ ejuma wa kra from Kasoa to a friend is saying Kaneshi kra is about 7 cedis yan fa say me kɔ circle and Accra Central na me yes in and out and she say me lorry fare kwa me dua ni sika mai be 30 cedis until at the end of the day no say ye nya enyuma ewo Kasoa me sure say youth no would want something now they would call their own
and they also want to even reside within the constituency some migration into Accra and other areas
it's your youth need here omo very 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 hard working
omo stubborn kakra so
there be that is in seminar kokona how akum sinko china baby ka say Kasoa youth ye lazy no no kraba
ko say Kasoa youth lazy
no kraba ko
but why should the MP no paint that picture about the constituents?
And you mean to me who maybe on showing analysis why no say obiane analysis on show or the name anyway.
All right.
But me per my perception any a little research am I no Kasoa youth no they are the most hardworking people are me.
How many so nyeshikakra?
Oh, and it's what she dear. I was say when you so she kakra me per word kakra now the count no.
Matthias,
because when they so share ejuma no I was say what day in your then you have to attach seriousness to ejuma bia oye nti wa ma when so anya hye kakra ejuma da when so you cannot achieve what you want to achieve by the end of the day nti enu odin de eya me ameto me ni adin yes nti enu odin de it's important eka system ne homa ma system ne movie
me to say Naa Koryoo na I mean so soon into the conversation or there's some fire eba ewe pa ho adaben so nti Awutu Senya East for mudie nie. So tell us okay say adwuma ni ho but are there viable opportunities wo ha e bia mun shada na mun tap into well nti ne bia ema yehu I mean kaso potential na
viable opportunities there. Opportunities can be created.
Okay, good.
I think sir when given the chance no opportunities you bet to make create a lot of opportunities ama yen so your youth no enya enyuma bebre there are a lot of avenues I bet to me I establish businesses constituency hono. I think that the opportunities have been created though but it hasn't been put into good use.
Okay.
It hasn't been put into good use. I wouldn't want to go deep into the opportunities because me kind ma ho dendi na e tudwa and no time ni dwa ya de betu dwa.
So there's something up your sleeve.
Exactly.
When given the opportunity you would want to tap into.
Exactly.
And yeah, they are till date the sitting MP no enhu ye. Onya that eye to see.
Patron.
Enti no we no de twede bia wapoma share ontumam.
Yeah, brush it off.
Matthias. Wow, I see. So now Yemra NDC proper. I'm going through a Kaswa election data no and the results that came in 2020 and I see sir it was a slim margin. Anna I mean, Emma was slip here. So the results for 2020 elections, maybe it's how it comes in. 57,114 votes. Anna Felix Naa Koryoo Okuno Unya 51,561 votes. So a little over 6,000. Do you believe in this results, Naa Koryoo?
It's been gazetted.
Good.
We believe in scientific figures. It's Yebeka say results so far as ya gazette no, but scientifically no. What happened? Results no. Ebesine we will consider it as that. Ye na ye nim Yebeka say atwetwosem etuotuo eni nyema esi I think the morning proud to the elections, days to the elections, registration no. There even on the day of election nankasa yeba mi fie say yeba bekume ye tutu eto me kasa na me de call rounds for monitoring ni na no ye na ye nimia ekusi ye it make us say scientifically no yeba fanisa scientifically
but spiritually so
me I haven't gotten to D4 level yet.
Matthias,
you drew her spiritually, no.
Matthias, and how about emotionally? Emotionally too?
Emotionally there, I think say as a matured person.
Good.
Emotionally, we've gone past that stage.
And politically?
Politically, we are gearing up. We are lacing our boots, getting ready for 2024.
No, but if you say scientifically, you believe you've accepted the results. Because it's been gazetted that it not politically dear. I mean, and that's something you buy into it. And
I say we are lacing our boots for 2024. The reason I can say, we have seen the loopholes, we have seen the mistakes, we have seen where can be corrected. It's come 2024. Papa, His Excellency, the next President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and want a campaign lunch, Hokra Eckhart say, 2024 elections now, and yet it is not about a friend is saying experiments, but it is about experience. In the experience now, gather in 2020, and I Eddie be a to better 2024. When I say 2024, as some American, I'm not even thinking about primary science. No, my focus, as a political party, NDC, Awutu Senya East constituency, no, ye betumi aye abo ya ho ban, abo ye vote ne ho ban, abo ejuma pa, eni ejuma de ayaye ho ban, ama ya bo ye papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama inso ni vote ho ban, ama 2024 no 7th December enumere ye be kind vote no ye na ye bebo ose. I make it proud of ourselves. Say, you know, we have come out victorious and no anything here.
But now, do you think, sir, ABI incumbency advantage on the part of the sitting MP, no, worked against you?
Oh, I know the a lot of factors worked
against you,
and also and even when it comes to security issues, security issue put the Inca and what's a major has a crown po account because it is known obia enim ye see the visuals and videos are all over the internet obia enim a lot of factors are a kuntia ye NDC for in 2020 na 2024 no
but these same factors exist and even more might ensure. So what are you doing? Working to ensure.
Also, these same factors exist. And even more.
Might ensue.
The more is the threat.
Okay.
And because of that threat, you need a more experienced person.
Good.
Obia wakobida. And I said wakobi sakeke, but we face the same impediments. And the same impediments is how I come. Obia wait to me any ejina. And then they banter one-on-one. And then they make it very tangible arguments. And then no, ejina ho what one who say obe protect it for. It's you need someone who have been through the hot system.
Good.
And has been through the refined fire to be able to face Hawa Kumsen again. It's you are talking about the threat here, say. Yafemuda, they would double it. The assurance is this time no.
Okay.
When they double, we will triple it.
When they double, you will triple it.
We will triple it.
But you are talking about, a contest against, a party in power. You believe, sir, this time you have what it takes to coil any flame they might want to unleash or no?
The party is more than prepared.
The party is more than
prepared.
Okay, I like the word the party. So you are not thinking about yourself alone, but the entire party force, behind you.
I'm just an individual.
Good.
And I represent the great umbrella, the great party NDC. So I don't speak as a person, Naa Koryoo. I speak as the entity NDC.
I see.
Yes.
So the popularity now, fly around you, how do you react to it? If we hear nearby, is it say, how fierce more contest went na a shoot to popularity up, and I say there's something within you people are having seen, and also what makes you admired the constituency home.
It was how fierce the competition was.
Okay.
And make us say it being so a strategy I use here.
Strategy
as a constituency, yes.
Okay.
Now I know they mean to me and to draw a strategy, but I think say maybe 50% would be how fierce the competition was because core elections Ekwaya say de bia baby news na eye kaswa de bia baby afi radio presenters be crowd and then subiom kaswa biom
muduebo
na de bia baby na say yesi kaswa na aye say na ne hawa kotutuo na hawa akoye say na de bia na nya eye me ya say it is only about 20% of news around the election time coming from Kaaswa and positive news.
Okay.
na 80% no a trotra sema a call so e waka so and na eyemeya.
When if we want to buy when the trigger that fire.
Oh, obviously NDC for the asundwe for ya papa may he so rest in peace. John Evans Mills, His Excellency in Naim so ya asundwe hin Naa Koryoo mete ho me so me asundwe ba iti kuku embekawa keke so empeja na me interest ne say me bom nso me nkofo ne ho ban.
Okay,
iti etutwasem ne de omo ni baby free. Yes, omo ni baby free.
Much me smoke the peace pipe or Kaswana between the NPP and the NDC.
Peace pipe. In the first place, I don't know what your definition of peace pipe is. Then in the second place,
but from all indications, all is not well Kaswa between the NPP and the NDC. In that sense, the two females are almost spearhead the two major parties' activities.
Oh, sir, okay, so I'll say after the political season now.
Yeah.
Everything goes down.
Yeah.
It's
Jobia namne coin.
Obia and namni so onya madam for mom. Yeah, she's not my friend.
Moon cross paths
no,
in recent times.
No.
Be a year be and I mean events be emfa munshia.
No. Not that I can remember of.
Hey, any castle hoarding. Castle hoarding because that dank at least I saw it be a general event be and your two political might bring the two of you together. But BB Sensi here.
There be not that I can remember.
Wow. But did you also Obi Nebuso or something Musa said, did you concede defeat over the elections in him?
No. I didn't.
You didn't?
Yes.
Why?
I didn't because you say elections there I was say free and fair. Na time you drew your collation center. Na you di a tuo any machete any nyama mi who be crowder. They are fancy deadly weapons me Naa Koryoo sekai mo styles mo skills e mo akese ne there were weapons I have never set eyes on. A bar coalition center a tear gas na de in the
presence of security forces.
The coalition center was the police station.
Wow.
So it was a police
like,
station.
Yeah, the central point in Ankasa.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's and not here. And that circumstances and Yamako also no Obia into me can say the elections went well.
Wow.
Yes, because seko yeah why is all about to throw a true de tear gas a day who ashe and yet NDC for no but the good people of Awutu Senya East because me sure say go form Kujina collation center that day no nye NDC for nkwa na ye kaswa mindful the good people of Awutu Senya East constituency omo peka swegi omo no mko jina coalition center iti to throw sem no ema ekofo dwane free coalition center iti eno ho sem so edoso. But
Naa Koryoo meshawa you are a fine young lady, very pretty, honestly. Ya kama omo ho fa nyame dia ho fa domo, but why are you still persisting in spite of all these frustrations and Obi be say encumbrances? Hey, Charles Bekume, Madam Fubi Charles Abrof no de be than encumbrances. Sanyama we nyina it's working against you and you've not given up. Wa ho face no sebe. E hu to chiu kakra bia yasem. E bia nka na no die na e bia wafon ho kra kotin anka ni nka ma mark. And it doesn't suit you. Why are you still persistent say Awutu Senya East you deserve it? Naa Koryoo, why didn't you?
One, it is the love for mankind.
The love for mankind.
Two, to serve humanity. Three, to bring a positive change. Manka change, because change is a bit negative, but positive change to the lives of the people living in the Awutu Senya East constituency. And the love for my great party. Enunti, and beyond all odds, still Mariata so say Awutu Senya East constituency seat no me Naa Koryoo meje ama ye party.
Do you have what it takes to legislate in Parliament?
I have more than what it takes to legislate in Parliament. I have more than what it takes. It doesn't just take the outer appearance, what you see outside, excuse me, but it also takes what you have inside, the ability for you to negotiate, the ability for you to lobby, the ability for you to be a good and better representation in Parliament for the great people of ASEC. So it is not just about one or two things you think that you have achieved, but it is about what the people want, the impact you can create in the lives of people, and the positive change you can create in your community. That is what is more important.
Wow, fantastic. Honestly, it's for us, I can't say beauty with brains, sir. Ebi see here, no ho affair, and was how we nyansa. A man be bro, I say, I want friend no one so nyansa bo, but I mean, listening to her and the way she's, I mean, putting her issues out and what to say, when him day, while being ankasa no see her no. And Tiana ho friend or they be pe seat no, but the nim dia so tanechia or they ba so fellas Naa Koryoo Oten in the 2020 elections. They were all in the news. Awutu Senya East, Kaswa, fierce contest between Ono and the Minister for Fisheries, Howard Kumsen. But are you saying, sir, the NPP 6 years in power, no, there's no footprint of any major development from the MP? The constituency can boast of. Well, your minister, Susu.
Me Naa Koryoo amete ha say. I wouldn't call it a bluff.
Okay.
And I mean di a draw. Nya me hu and a meka. Me hu ye nso me mfa monko enwo no. There be. Eduade ni ye ndi ni da wi. Me no monko. Ye ndi ni da wi a etena.
Okay.
Me hu bibia metumi eyi me sa point say we achievements bia Awutu Senya East constituency no ye betumi edi ho adanse say 6 years in power. Yeah. The major developments are eba kaswa ni na no eba 2016 mu.
Okay.
Yeah, papa, the next president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Or answer ye free power. That was your share your interchange now a work as one. 2 interchanges near work as one. Any near a work Crispo City. Oh, call Bujumbura Mkwano so. Ye Kekaba ye ka ye mother and child care center. It was CP. Your hospital ye papa John Dramani Mahama see ye. Say ye mano say kwa wa ye benya baby nso akwa because na ye hospital na ye wono ye ketwa ye hwe ye kwa roads ye be hwe CP kwan no ye be hwe tuba eba ye friend say nyanya no adade kwan no ye be hwe lawyer kwan no ye be hwe kaswa to bodwase kwan no ye be hwe ye friend say adade to Las Vegas Junction kwino. Say I keka kwine dia kwine adoso. A lot of roads were constructed. Ye call if I say Ofanko J River. Yeah, now we can boast of your court complex ye see. We can also boast of your school, secondary school. The only secondary school, government secondary school, a work house was here. Okay. Yeah, papa, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is here. We can boast of the municipal assembly and also your papa John Dramani Mahama is here. When I want to mention the list, we will mention the list on so and on and
Mahama's on. Legacy footprints.
And one nama ubechi you will start point to say BBA way now work so but aside that no.
Wow.
Ye wushe. Because ye hu ya. Enya Naa Koryoo nkwane hu ye.
Tinchina mkron fa bimrem.
Oh debi. Ye doc no ye duni but doc no srawa sa.
Hey!
Srawa
Naa Koryoo.
Inchina me nka hu mekone kra no just say why ye answer.
Hey.
Inchina me nka.
Charlie bullet we dey anu odin.
Edini yerawa sa.
Udi no sa.
Edini sa. Echo de bia na de sugar. Sugar ne kra ni nya ye de nti wo de nchine na be wo no na wa ye ne mashike ano.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow. Also, not just a woman, but the woman. Naa Koryoo is already in Parliament. Adanje, Kojo Edia or the Airban, and say, how a since nightmare. NK all the way. All right. Abu Bakar one day, or say, Ice of Asek. Naa Koryoo, she is the woman. All right, Mate. No. Ubet me the message ni be abana fe. Ya fly or messages no amamu ewe pahwa da bene so this very afternoon. Okay, I'll say ask Honorable Naa Koryoo that she still think the constituency executives and the grassroots will support her after accusing the constituency executives of taking bribes from the NPP and the EC. Uye bibisa.
I don't know your miscommunication. Miscommunication is here. And your party in Penny for every region. Kra Abekan, so I think it's past, is dead and gone.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah. Obi say, Hawa has constructed the road leading to your house. Is that not an achievement?
Wow. I mean, you're sure any panoni baby.
John Dogby.
Okay. Because me road a future quite from the main road. Me na my potholes budu. So I made you feel na me sisi achia. I'm not sure any panoni baby amete.
Sound.
So pepper.
Into no person MP na construct the road leading to your house.
Baby amete Peace Town. Kota. And I say, oh, Debbie. Peace Town, I'm at you, Wafa. Uncle John, I live at Peace Town.
Okay.
And everybody knows the terrible state of the road over Peace Town. So please come again, do your checks.
Okay, all right. Matse, very woman, very fantastic woman with some fire. Maming fair, this very one say related to this very conversation. Okay. Also, former President Mahama has launched his campaign, and the MPP can still do their usual propaganda and lies. The NDC is focused and we are ready to rescue Ghana with John Mahama. Ghana will work again. Regards to Owen Kwame Frimpong for Lower West Akim constituency. Enoch, yeah, Kaka Swasemwate, Awutu Senya East, Naa Koryoo na wahano. So now, this time around, how is the link between what's the party dynamics? Are they still maintaining you? And I say you are likely to face a contest.
Your forms about out, I think last week. Form say it's a democratic congress.
Okay.
It's everybody is entitled. So far as you are in good standing, or quite so obey to me once over for forms. It's me sure say maybe there are one or two people out that have come up for contests. But Obi Rebecca say Ganyoba no shaky.
No shaking.
Well, domoshi pampin, no, nothing on you baba. Wabamo Mishu Waliake. Nuchumo watch later. We have done the work. Ya Juma Ding. Ama Rebecca say repsesa. It speaks for itself.
Okay.
And your fiance Ebabe can say, nah, no, why you ding. There be Ejuma no, the work speaks for itself.
Okay.
Ejuma yeah, proud to the 2020 elections. Even the 2020 elections, Nankasa, ye elections nimpo, Yankwati anda, ya ye injuma bebre, ewo constituency nimo. Inti ejuma no ekasa emane ho. Enya fiansa ye kwako ebo hu dero. You know, in Brandon there is what we call consistency.
Good.
So the brand is there, the product is there, the product is good, it's been accepted. So why would we say Rebecca say ya ton product A sa afe product B, you know? In kwafona ba no who say Happy FM and na ye wholesale nyama ndi gu no. Omudu Happy FM yes Happy FM kra no. Nyama na ye de chemo no. E ya zan yan kwafa adefo from and franchemo in brand we call with that's what we call consistency.
Yeah.
Inti the product is good, the branding is good. It speaks for itself.
Okay.
And it's been accepted by all.
All.
Because baby obi say, Naa Koryoo do aye ndom yo. Inkolai di, impenyufo di, inkokrafo di.
Yeah.
So everybody has accepted the brand Naa Koryoo. And I didn't come alone, say as an individual Naa Koryoo. Debbie, I became Naa Koryoo through the umbrella.
Yeah.
Iti say yeka the brand now. It is about Naa Koryoo and the NDC.
Yeah.
And Obiato. Obia jia to me. Omwe use products no ehun say products we mao skin reaction. Omo use it goes well with their skin. Omo no it goes down well with their throats. Until why say they would do away with this product and bring something else. In fact, the cry of the people ni na say Naa Koryoo say Naa Koryoo jia kaswa jie yam forget it. So Naa Koryoo menka to me ho. But why say your bana onyim na what time edru na weju labor ward one him say within 2 minutes doctor mba ubewu doctor beju ho say yan call for carpenter mba no beji wa how what far
boy yam that one boy yam that
what far this is impossible we enye
Matthias
the people Awutu Senya East constituency the grassroots people are calling the market women, the traders union, all the unions, the GPRTU unions need their workers one say
there's all fans who are in an area house to me call lorry station near the Adene boys no say
attire joints be any car so amen call
attire joint be any car so I won't call
so there will be any say me attire pa
wow that's
it's
good.
Me kwa sometimes can me no more pre attire na say because I see na we mega ne wono
wow
it's me no more pre last
cap no
yes.
Good
It's the area be any car so
wow
men call yes into na I've been
that's
accepted.
why the toast of the people
exactly
that's good well so Naa Koryoo for you very fantastic young lady you could see that fire in her say onyadwuma obeye pa e maybe say no na ya do omo prayer there no na we are just hoping and praying say the NDC will decide right in the days to come now the fierce battle that Ghanaians are waiting for because Ghana for any day kaswa chipa I mean I'm for a person mus ehunu say we no say boxing and can rematch so nim sa once can boxing and can rematch into no rematch we need there I mean obi e pa hwe into we are just praying said the end because you said something from JM's speech and they say we are looking for experience and not an experiment
sure
and if it's about experience there you've been there before
exactly
and you know where you fell short. And I mean, how to better it this time around and going forward. And we are just praying. But how do you relate to the party executives too? What do you to say?
Very cordial.
Very cordial.
Very
good.
cordial.
Chairman, organizer, secretary,
you're fine.
You're fine.
Pause it. There be a call for some party for it. One message I'll make us say, dear, as I say cliche, there be an alcohol baby or can I say. Party no it has gone beyond party ejuma say no family it's NDC party na koye ebusuan we have moved from the party system to a family system nti na ye ho a we are building a family na enye party ejuma na ye it's party members ni na ebusuanfo baby I'm free no bia so every hobby we hear that gombe ni o we hear that bani ni o obia me so me free hobby me tribes ne do so that gomba me free me kwata that gomba me kwata that bani me kwata sisala be tribe bia no me I identify myself as one into the NDC party is a very big family now we have moved from the party stage to a family stage.
All right, so Naa Koryoo I mean, I keep saying this. At times when you do certain interviews now, and nipa no onim what he or she is about, you don't even struggle that much. Interview no, it flows a Koryoo to say attire no, and na mumni asesa nature say kwa nessa. And this time around, should they give you the nod? What assurance? Because Jimen's say assurance. And to what assurance are you giving to the people of Awutu Senya East? Any important?
Number one, assurance number one, security.
Security.
Assurance number two, security.
Wow.
Assurance number three, security.
You think they have a challenge with security, maintaining law and order?
Yes. Yes. Security. That is what the assurance I'm giving to me bushing for NDC for security. Because security idea in the 2020 elections no. Into security idea I would want to champion aside 7 other policies, and our key points are but they to journal. Security is what is more important.
I see. It's good, sir. You've noticed. I mean, that's major. It's good, sir. You've noticed that major challenge with the constituency, and that's, I mean, a general worry across board. Yeah, among for war with the constituency. I'm a question or say, please ask Naa Koryoo what are her plans and policies for the delegates before she's voted as PC and before eventually become the member of parliament. Now, plans for delegates also, you can, okay, well, maybe Naa Koryoo, I'm a question it's you.
Sweetheart, I'm a question. Me boba also see as security, you know, a priority. Aside security, there are 7 other issues. Meba branches now. Yeah, the Betudra are moving with 8 topical issues which are practicable. Wow. You bet to me sometimes policies need be about to say they are not feasible. But these are very practicable and feasible policies. Made they 8, and 1 is security. The rest, when I come to the branches, we'll dissect into the matters properly.
Fantastic. Wow. Also, strong lady. This time, go all out. Festus Michael Togbo Edianono. But do you believe the NDC can win the next elections? Naa Koryoo.
I am more than sure. More than sure that the NDC can win this election. I am more than. I don't want.
What makes you think so?
Complacency. Okay. Best setting because complacency is setting in Nana with Chimayo. Then I will lose sugar. Na say wakotiada kakra. But I am more than 100% certain. Say NDC yebe winning seats no. You see, I don't want complacent. It's not me used to say you winning seats no.
Okay.
Me say yebe winning seats no. Because me can't yebe winning because me per se 2% quite na a daho between being confident and being complacent no should be hard work.
Yeah.
Into young for hard work no and take na into me a winning seats no. Victory is assured, but you cannot get victory when you don't attach hard work. Into yemfa enwoden any ejumaden. Let us embrace the seats. Now you can say oh you win ye because of if I say Kaswa you say 1 district one factory. Hawa air champion Kaswa cry ye crampo home ground so game na ye bo home cry the my
host and win
Debbie ye cry the my
sanity
ye cry the buy but
wow.
But won't say we don't want to be complacent. Ye per se di ejumaden. We are
what special development initiative no the one constituency $1 million no mo enye bi okaso a who footprint
Debbie
and oba fisheries so no still nothing to show
not meaning say ye benya your friends say reservoir bi kra wakaso ama ye de yenam eja nyenya no is our neighboring constituency nka ye che fingerlings in kitchen wo mo na Indian ka di abegu ye reservoir ni mo.
Yeah.
But reservoir ni kra polytank reservoir kra ye bi kra wa. Am fire hwenya no kra cause me say reservoir kra say me who been put da. Nanka I wanted to have a first hand experience of how it looks like and how in namno ebedi mo agra fertile they grow but up to now no kaswa ni sanya mani na ase kaswa Awutu Senya no ye twa ya abo like yenka initiatives na ya ma air champion no. It looks like we are not part. It's ama sometimes no ne ministry ni kra no it's a bit questionable. Well, because na uwo fie na wo ma so a umo mo aduane ndi o se ubi so mo mpo se eden inti kranti no musu maybe not knitting na ye ya obehwese ne ho ayehia say nso na odo be miemi anu ana said then but wo fie mane de wo se wo de o lai on be so omunsu Then one say omumbo udin keke manna from above. And these days manners do not even come. You have to work the manna out for the manna to come down.
Sure.
And pai boy your bell boss will be ebi mo 70 days fasting.
Fasting.
And so no kra manna ni beju ye.
Nothing to show.
But manna ni beju kaswa. But ubete no na manna no. You see a pie war. Baby na baby kra na a pie ni krampo no. Me, I don't even know whether I should even classify it as 1D, 1F because damn baby. Not dugout. It turns out to be a dugout. Not one district. Not acquire baby. So I don't know the best classification and now the best name to give to SAR projects now. How champion. I think what champion here she's moved from that ministry to Fisheries, another ministry.
All right. Me nipa bi okaswa Jerina was send me message. Was said that Don, you remember the pepper spray incident I told you of? This woman has suffered a lot, and it's about time Kaswa and Awutu Senya East rewards her for her hard work and dedication to the constituency. Oba Kafrawate.
Me da se odo you.
Kafrapa na nyamemre so nemre pa.
Amen.
Bibia ansu nyame ya wate.
Amen.
Said ye watintim na wo kono sa.
Me da se.
Enkoyo.
Sa pepepe.
Ukwachi attire base for no so my.
Memo bia so.
All right, so finally there now catch NDC Achita for we'll do another leg of this conversation. You best say now before me. Honestly, I mean, we have to get you another time now. Yes, now we have to come and run the event from there. Now, near how it goes. So finally, speak to the NDCs, speak to Ghanaians. Naa Koryoo.
Michicho bibia minuanom NDC for minuanom Ghana for minuanom me papanom me penning for the chiefs and the elders, all the traditional council. Any opinion bia or what Awutu Senya East constituency me di enchia kese na ebremo enewie munyaba mobaba mama sister Naa Koryoo, the woman is back. Mesremo me ya ebe ye kwatu abe monkai say ejuma edaho ejuma ye year 2020 no ye babe ewie. It is time for us to accomplish the unfinished business of 2020. This time, no, it is not about a child's play. Awutu Senya East constituency. Yeah, Papa, His Excellency, the next President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, Enwa Eka say, 2024 elections, no. It is not about Obi Yekosho Obi Ashe. It is about, say, Obi awa gather experience, someone who has been there before. Not yet to me a winning seat, no. We want to win the seat. Yeah, just seat, no. This time, J seat, no. We are grabbing it. We are not taking the seat. We are grabbing it by force. It's a mesremo. Monfa mwahodi na enta munyaba nechi. Monfa mompaibo enta mechi. Meba mo ho, meba mo nainso for a futuro. Ene mo ajentre. Na yede aye ejuma no because Awutu Senya East constituency wo ho no yen so ye pese ye gi seat no na yen tina hotra keke enfa ya no nka se ye begi seat no a obra yen fa ejuma den enka ho it's mesremo menuanom NDC for all the delegates of the great NDC party in the Awutu Senya East constituency. Mesremo say Mayor Ebe Moko polling centers now. It is no other person than your friend, your sister, your mother, Naa Koryoo Okuno. The woman is back. Madam Wase.
This is where the conversation gets bigger and hotter. Monday to Friday right here on Happy FM. 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss out.
Well, me ba Reverend Abraham Lamte, or no General Overseer of the Deliverance House of Worship International and the Abraham Lamte Ministries Worldwide, or no me special guest on Time with the Clergy before we get to the main conversation. So just hang on. I'll be back shortly. All right, so Pamcho, Susie Herbal Center say Yamamun say no insuo toso from why yare yapa at times utie amount for medical conditions almost na we are now busa on senti da benda yana emu ya papa pam don kubi was in the kwechi e say go nams habedro ha ususun entine no Susie Herbal Center say Moyare no anwadru no de aba. So what they have and say memma yare pa say edudu na anya no de nam wo mu entohwani mu no nti wo be brantie bi o wa wodwonso a no wo chim obi o ha wodwonso a na emu ase ne filling square ba ne ade omse ni nyina na yare nti omse ne no de CB men's capsules aba. It enhances your urine flow and as o be a catheter ni bi a ye de ato be mamu a betumi aboa wo ho we obi a wo bre o struggle difficult in urinating and maybe a urine no ba na emu apai ni ade a and obi okra na odwonso anemu ya ne de obi otumi dwonso otumi kwateto kura bim na udum se ho no watch ne feelings ni nyina no chale enkoye yare into omso the CB men's capsules aba ebeboa na tu sa yarewa ni nyina ase ama omsa with the CB women's capsules. I know the money akono no ntini meje. So when you get together, nature say awo no na esane nko a nti we oba so a sebe wotai etiti to ase anabia ehoke kaw any ade a hwehwe mature kwan ana o madru no CB women's capsules ni bi ebetumi aboa pa omse for bulk purchase go to Repash Ventures ewo kanshi and after Susie Herbal Center on 0247 111 671 0247 111 671 and 0246 578 750. Susie Herbal Center or say Ghana Mane Mary Madam was say. Remember, this advert is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Pamcho Reverend Abraham Lamte Ewaha. So on Monday, Anna, you begin this conversation. Yatunidi. Time with the clergy, but I know say, and then no Ghana, no. Just so for your dream, who I am here. So I then, and to know, who yare and who yare. What seems to be the challenge with nation Ghana? Yeah, and to know, even and we are not mincing words. We even have a finance minister. He's always more like a preacher, but he's struggling with our finances, and to know. We sat through, and said, no, we have to engage the clergy. Na say, near to my Ghana, no. Can it be spiritual? And if it's spiritual, what can we do? Said you able to media free how nimu. And we scanned across, and Yansaka also so. You are one of the few members of the clergy a positive response to this call to help, have this conversation and shaping the nation, as it were. Into Neno, we are most grateful, Sir Reverend Abraham Lamte, General Overseer of the Believers House of Worship International and the Abraham Lamte Ministries Worldwide. We honor this invitation. On Monday, we had Apostle Francis Amwakwata Ebaye. Yesterday, Prophet Nigel Gazy was here. And today, you are also here. Reverend Abraham Lamte, akwa baba epahu adabenso.
Yeah, Toyota. Then I'm afraid you would have to learn.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm learning, but I'm struggling.
Until you understand the people you can't belong.
Okay.
So you need to learn the guy. I was also young Kasana.
Mm-hmm.
What you say?
You do what Romans do when you go to Rome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's about time. All those who sit behind the console should not only sit there, because you see, you flow better if you understand the language.
Yeah.
What you say? And to me, say I will not understand them.
Good.
And they will not feel I belong. What do you say? So when I come to Accra, I speak Ga.
Yeah.
When I go to Kumasi, I speak Twi. When I go to where they speak Hausa, I speak the Hausa.
Yeah.
When I go to Volta region, I speak the Ebe. When I go to Western,
Martin.
I'm a merchant. So it's about time you guys must be versatile.
Fantastic.
It's very, very important.
No, we appreciate this point.
Because sometimes
Reverend.
I hear you mention some Ghana names,
Yeah.
not you specifically, but all majority of those who sit behind the console. You mention some Ghana names, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, I need a bono.
There be na edin to set teshi.
Yeah.
Na mo si teshi.
Teshi, yeah.
Amasaman. Na mo si amasaman.
Amasaman, yeah. Amasaman.
Amasakro.
Okay. Amasaman.
A
Yeah.
man.
No.
Man.
Okay.
That is it. So when tikasa no I will say nepana shensu dear.
Ampa.
If you don't understand the language, you destroy the identity. And the language is very, very
No,
important.
Reverend Lamte, I mean, I'm all for it, and it's a good point. That
I speak
we're
about
raising
9
on.
of the local dialects.
You speak about 9 of the
and I
local
speak
dialects.
3 international languages. So these will help me.
Good.
When I go to a place. When you speak the language, you understand.
Yeah.
The culture.
So do you think, sir, we got it wrong, say, yeah? For instance, the capital city,
Yeah.
a Ghana state,
Yes.
but Abia Akana's taken over.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be good.
It shouldn't be. So what you can do is when you come behind the console and watch it, if you flow in the language, you know, if you can speak,
Yeah.
you see that everybody you came to meet will not see you as a stranger.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important.
Yeah, I see.
And Krankasano.
Krankasano, you be seeing.
And looking at
the
you,
basics.
I thought you could speak because also be your Kankran.
Oh, me that say, mentib there.
And yes, I
That's
say
what turn on the matter now. Mimbaye.
and you may banano.
And no me ban on so no matter as you good. And a few of the basics no will help.
Yeah,
At least
very important.
because at times cry your pin phone line is not call a befriend or can cry. Whether it's offensive or not, you don't know.
Recently, I went to Kumasi and then I was invited to a radio station. And they were expecting me to speak Twi, so I spoke Ga. And I told the gentleman that if you can't get anybody to interpret, then I'm afraid I'm getting out of this place.
Wow.
He was shocked.
Reverend, yes, we them go through this.
Not knowing, Mame no to
Body or
Yankren. So they had to go bring her
to do the translation. Just imagine.
And her joy. Me we ekura na mama ne chair me.
Body and
you see, that is the problem with this nation.
Yeah.
We have no identity.
We have no identity.
Now tell me what when they ask you describe a Ghanaian in 3 words, what will you say? What's our identity?
By birth.
By birth does not make you a Ghanaian. What if you are transiting and you are in labor? After birth, you go. Does that make you a Ghanaian?
What is an identity, Reverend Lamte?
We don't have it.
We don't have an identity
We
as
don't.
Ghanaians.
And let me tell you something. Identity is established and fortified by education.
Okay.
So when somebody wants to colonize you, he will use education to kill your language. When your language dies, you would love the person's language. And because you love the person's language, the person's taste and desires becomes yours. And to be a figure na be ayempe. GFA bruchri.
Yeah.
Because your cabrofa yurumi shurumi to say comfort kwade bekano.
Aye.
Ayurumi shurumi or no ye champion as Anthony Bessier. Are you getting me? So we need to have an identity. If we are able to get that identity, it will help us know who we are.
Yeah. No, but how is an identity created?
Now, let me ask you something. It started with our education.
It started with our education.
When we were doing those subjects of history, geography, we knew who we were. Because history gave us a past. And it made us proud that, our ancestors did something. So I feel proud to call myself a Ghanaian because history told me about the Ghana Empire.
Yeah.
History told me about the Mali Empire. History told me about my origin. So it gives me a sense of pride. Now we've taken all those things away and we are learning their history. And you are looking for an identity? No. No.
So it's like it's a general problem from the foundation.
You know more about foreign countries than your own country. So why crave for an identity? And anybody you love more than yourself, anything you cherish more than yourself, will enslave you.
So not even our symbols, our coat of arms, our flag identify us as Ghanaians.
Flag. How many people do you even see now get up when they play the national anthem? How many people? Gone are the days when you hear the national anthem, you have a sense of pride. Not again. So we you see, like you said in your introduction, quoting scripture does not mean the scripture knows you.
Yeah.
So it is not about how many scriptures you know.
Okay.
At how much does the scripture know you?
Oh.
The word of God, you can say it everywhere, but does the word know you?
Okay.
Nti enye ni oka
Asɛm no.
asɛm no
Yeah.
ɛna kyerɛ sɛ asɛm no ne wɔ hɔ. Uti obi gate ano nkyerɛ sɛ wo kan abusua no ho. But when you because sitting there, you see them go in and out. It doesn't mean you belong to the family.
Yeah.
So we must be smart enough not to add people to a family they don't belong, just because we see them around.
No, but Reverend, going through a bit of your library, you know, I saw say you use a lot of symbols.
Yeah.
Your altar, or even a horn,
Yeah.
Are these not meant to identify you and your fellowship?
Yes. You see, horns are a symbol of war. So when you see me hold a horn, then I'm talking about a moment for war.
Okay.
It does not necessarily identify me. A soldier holding a gun does not make him a gun. Something necessitated the holding of the gun. After that thing, he has an identity. Wanya ibeni obeya santini, wanya santini oyenkreni, na bribinti eno okutetuyo.
Yeah.
So what makes us Ghanaians? 3 things. Our hospitality. 2, our love for one another. And then 3, our uncompromising nature and pride. When I'm saying maybe I'll the next thing they'll say is Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, you know.
So that man gave us a sense of identity. How about today?
And all can I'm say Asamoah Gyan.
Because we killed that which gave us identity. Can I say this?
Me too.
We allowed politics to rob us of our identity.
Politics has robbed us of our identity.
Yes, sir. Kemo makeko. Ekpata wasu here. Yeah. Watch it. Every day, Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Every radio station in Accra, 6 to 10, don't talk about Ghana. They don't talk about morals. They talk about politics. Sanya MPP, NDC. Is that all it is about Ghana?
But is that not what the people want to listen to?
Which people? You are making the people listen to that. You are forming the wrong image of the nation. So you mean Ghana has nothing else anymore except politics, NDC, MPP?
No, but people have choices. So
Which
if
people? You see, the media is the fourth estate. You see, the media is the fourth estate. You guys are so powerful that whatever you do gradually will shape in the nation. And you've been doing this for over 30 years. And you are telling me the generation you see today were not formed by your presentation and the things you shoot out there. If you like, from now to the next 5 years, let all radio stations begin to talk not about politics, but let your journalists, let us have health journalists, environmental journalists, what do you call it, mining journalists, and this and that and that and that. That every morning when they come here, you are talking about health, not about presidency. You are talking about transport. You are talking about this,
sanitation,
everything.
Yeah.
So you split your 4 hours, 30 minutes each, and bring resourceful people, not eloquent people, but people who know the field. People who are today every morning you see an MP who is not a health person talking about health matters, whilst there are health personnel there who knows the field? Why don't you bring people who are in the field? And because that is what you do, people in the field are scared to talk. Can the media play their role? If we have an environmental journalist, I shouldn't be the one talking about waterways that are being sealed. And you know how powerful you are. So when you talk about a waterway that is being sealed, immediately it will be acted upon. But you are looking at who said something 5 years ago and is doing the opposite. Who said this 2 years ago and is. It will not let us progress.
No, but Reverend Lamte,
Yes, sir.
doesn't this all eventually
you
fall under politics, because
so
they are the decision makers.
If it falls under politics, what have you achieved so far? Then why are we talking about Ghana where we are? Because you are the fourth estate. Your contribution also played a role in where we are now. You need a paradigm shift.
Okay.
The fourth estate, which is the media, needs a paradigm shift. Now every journalist is a politician. Should it be so? Is that how it should be? And then you blame the clergy? No. What God has equipped you to do, He wouldn't do it for you. He only comes in when you have gotten to where He equipped you to. Then He takes over from there. So let's leave God out of this. He said it is finished on the cross. So whatever we will need to progress is already provided. It's finished. Yeah. The rest depends on us. You can't stand on the street and say because you have the Holy Spirit, the car shouldn't knock you. Yeah. It will kill you. So we
I see.
Anyway.
Reverend Lamte, and it's getting interesting. I mean, some few minutes, but you could see, sir, I mean, he's also poised to let us into the spirit, as it were. So said, okay. But back to the nation Ghana. So say, I mean, who Ghana saying?
I see Ghana do better.
You see Ghana do better?
Yes.
Now.
If we want it to be better.
If we want it to better.
I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm not the one who only focuses on the negativities. I see Ghana do better.
Okay.
If we want Ghana to work. Yeah.
No, but is Ghana working now?
I will say Ghana is having challenges. Man-made challenges that will take man to solve. We just have to put the right people at the right places.
Okay.
Not the loved people. Come on, don't let me say it. Not putting the loved ones at the right places, but putting the right people at the right places and keeping the loved ones where love is. If we do so, we'll go far. So I see Ghana work.
I see.
When we do the right thing.
But maybe I'm in way, so because that issue I will raise here about the media and then the role, no. I mean, I raise a lot of a bit of controversy. Or say this one, or say, please correct the pastor. YFM, which is a brand of Global Media Alliance, does not do politics in the morning. So it's not every radio station that does politics from 6 to 10.
If you have listened, you would have heard me say majority.
Majority, yeah.
I didn't say all. I said majority. I've been to another radio station that every morning 6 to 10.
Yeah.
It's all about the gospel.
Yeah.
But I said majority.
Majority, yeah.
And you know I am right. The majority I said, you know
for that one
right.
you are right.
Yes.
But I'll say, let the pastor also understand that what advertisement trends prefer. What advertisement prefers is what the Ghanaians prefers. When you do something contrary to what the people like, Ghanaians won't listen and ratings will not favor you. Therefore, you will have no money to continue with your station.
Thank you
and
very much.
And this one is from a radio manager.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I have been on radio since 93.
We're happy. 98.9.
Is it 93? No, I think the second year of the establishment of another radio. Sister radio station.
Okay.
I have been on radio since then. Now, let me tell you something. So, this media thing has been in existence for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
if my memory serves me
sure.
right. So everyone you meet who is 40 years was formed by the media. So say, in as much as you're using book and paper to justify your point of view, I can tell you on authority that every media house has their, you have something you call it. You have what exactly?
Your house style.
You have your house style. So, but the common denominator is the political thing that majority
discuss. Of radio stations
now
discuss.
Let there be education journalists who will be going around the institutions telling us which school has their teachers being lazy, telling us which headmaster is not performing right, bringing the district superintendent of that educational establishment. Let us begin to put people on their toes. If the media will do this, the result you'll be achieving will let people rather come and advertise, because the media survives on advertisement. That is how you pay your staff.
Yeah.
So if politics is keeping you alive and it is derailing the generation because you want to pay salary, the generation should be destroyed.
There should be a balance somewhere.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Good.
That in the midst of it all, in as much as you have to pay staff, if your stomach leads you always, your destination will surely be the toilet.
So, Pastor Lamte, all the blame name the media?
No.
not all the blame.
They have a role to play
yeah.
in putting Ghana where Ghana belongs.
And I remember clergy so
Akwaba.
more clergy, in recent times, you
Yes.
were into the news space for all the wrong reasons.
Like,
Maybe I say Sofubi, Ejawari, Sofubi, Akobu, or baby, Sofubi, a lot of reasons.
and that is affecting the progress of Ghana. This is where you have the problem.
No, but you people
We're talking about the progress of Ghana.
I mean, you have a following. So if the following, any indoctrination...
Let me correct this notion that you're trying to blame the church. How many hours do we have in a day? 24. Am I right?
Yeah.
Multiply it by 7. Now do the mathematics. Now, how many hours do people stay in church on Sunday?
But nowadays...
I'm coming. No.
I mean, a week-long activity.
Don't bat. We are facing facts. I'm giving you statistics.
I'm with you.
How many hours do people spend in the church?
Maximum 5 hours.
Maximum 5 hours. Okay, let's take it maximum 5 hours. Take 5 hours out of the 24 times 7. And the person didn't come to the church immediately from birth. When yin dada, wa formu ne suban dada. Upe say you did 5 hours. Esesa nepa ofia so danumwa or sabe aba back to where he or she came from to be transformed within a twinkling of an eye. Come on, let's put the statistics right.
Ade adwuma na ede mamu.
Eyembre anka megidi pasa obeka yen. So you don't expect a pastor to transform a person who is already formed within a twinkling of an eye. And immediately the person steps out of the church, they are getting back into the same society that they came from.
By transforming
teacher Nikura training abofra
the people.
Maybe teacher Nikura training abofra manebedani armed robber. Is it the fault of the teacher or society? So laws of the nation are working. What you say?
Yeah.
Na nepa no we adwuma pa yo. Onim so yare a oko hospital you be treating well. Onim so gina kwa ho a bus beba 2 p.m. sharp until on late. Se bibia ye na adwuma kama mum blame asore no. So it is somebody's responsibility. Churches are doing well. They are being administered properly. But it is just a small group of people. What's the population of Ghana? It's a small group of people that comes to church and they go. But watch it. They go back to their various families and their basis of formation. You only pray that God, and if it has not been the church, I can tell you on authority, would have been in a worse situation than we are
my
now.
Ghana.
I'm telling you.
Say, sorry now.
If not the church,
okay, situation now we're seeing.
When churches had their schools, how was society? Tell me. So don't blame the church. Because the church instills the fear of elders.
Do you think, sir, the nation has detached itself from the church?
Completely.
Completely.
We claim to be.
We claim to be.
But we have a challenge.
We have a challenge. Reverend Abraham Lamte, where is the challenge?
The challenge is desperation to compete. There is a spirit of competition in the society. Even when you are driving on the road and somebody tries overtaking you, then you begin to speed. Are you going to the same place?
I wonder.
So why are you preventing the person? Are you needed at the same place at the same time? For all you know, where the person is going, he or she is late. You are driving according to your time. You are going to a different place. But you see, we have been raised to have a competitive mentality. And that is not it. From our education, a lecturer prides in how many people failed his subject. Hey, me, you can't pass my and you are priding in this. So it is from the grassroots.
Wow.
Not the church.
Wow.
Please, let's look at the root of the problem and let's stop pointing fingers at the church. People comes to church when they are already grown. How can I do that? The person is already a copra before coming to church. And you're telling me that within a twinkling of an eye, then we are magicians.
But I'm interested in what you said about the whole world is in a competitive race for nothing.
Then Ghana especially. Competition everywhere. Everybody is competing with who? Where are we going? No. Let's complement. When we get the mindset of, when we obtain a complementary attitude.
Yeah.
We will come back. How? The same as Samwajan we always celebrated because of one lost penalty. The number of penalties are washed. This is the society. And there be a Yaneshi or Yanipa or Nyanyame and from so would you wear Shanamun from that? Ask yourself, one from that. Somebody who has sacrificed. You see, we kill our generals.
Yeah.
So we will matter than them. It is a desperation to win by all costs. Yeah. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work
so
like
love
that,
is no more there. We don't complement each other. Mesano ushia penny no swadia utubiji ko jano kwai.
No correct.
Inti okanya me shirawa. The elders we have today are products of such blessings. Today, a young boy can sit on air and say everything he or she wants to say about somebody who can be your grandfather's age. And do you think the age you don't regard, you will attain?
Wow.
It's as simple as ABC. Fanio bule no bashabu. I don't know how to say this one in tree.
Okay.
You see, we need a complete overhaul
Of our society. I see. But that overhaul,
and the media has a major role. We need you guys.
No, we accept that responsibility. We will live up to that.
Thank you, sir.
We will accept it. But back to the nation Ghana. You said, sir, Ghana can do better.
We can do better.
And see, why are we not doing that better? But
that's why I said when we put the right people at the right place.
The right people.
And put the love people where love is. The nation. Why put a passenger behind the steering wheel because you love him and you bought the car? Without checking if the person can drive the road where you want the car to ply. It doesn't work like that.
But no. Has it got something to do with our political decisions?
Yes, it has. It has. You see, what we need to do is that I'm trying not to bring the church in, but to bring everybody on board. Because Ghana is made up of Christians, Muslims. But I was born a Muslim, you know.
Oh, okay.
Raised a Muslim. I went to Makaranta and everything. So I don't want it to look like the problem is only here.
Okay.
It's all of us. And we all have a role to play. You understand? We all have a role to play. Let me show you something. Where I live, the road to my house and houses beyond is in a very bad state. So then I went to the houses around, which I know all of us, when we put our heads together, we can get a grader or this things they used to make the road
to level up.
Yeah. I said, okay, let's all contribute this amount to fix it up. Do you know what somebody told me?
What's he saying?
Juma.
Oh.
Now, so I buy calm for her. In those days, when we have not proliferated the society with politics, there was something called self-help.
Yeah.
Ghana was a nation of self-help. Yeah. People come together and put up a place of convenience. People come together and put up library. People, where from this Abain mentality? Are you not the Abain? So I called some friends, put money together, and then I paid. And they graded the road very nice, smooth, and they made it in such a way that when it rains, the water will move on the other side. Yeah. 3 days later, I was strolling, taking a walk, and then I saw the same man who told me that I said yes or yes. I was standing by the road when he was driving past, and he stopped and said, Reverend Medasi. I looked at him and I said, Uye Krasini. I told him straight in the face, who was counsel Uye Krasini? Kofi. Driving kwano so kama na kofi. Sometimes we have to call a spade and let people know that if we will bring back the self-help spirit, Ghana will work again. But I remember the days of Operation Feed Yourself.
Yeah.
There was this time that this song was so powerful. Ghana man ya warawudu Jino meyu men can say yeah. There was a time this song was so effective that people want to come together and make their areas. In fact, people came together so that they will be called the cleanest community, the most peaceful community. It has nothing to do with who has money, but who is a Ghanaian. Where is that spirit? Where is that spirit? Yeah. This is nothing spirit. Over spiritualizing things. You see, and because we are over spiritualizing things, that's why we are where we are.
Who that spirituality takes so much of our space?
Even the spirit needs the body to work.
The spirit needs the body to work.
So when you over spiritualize things, you will stop the body from working and be dependent on the spirit. It doesn't work like that.
Ghanaians are over religious, Dodo.
I wouldn't say we are over religious. What I'm saying is that when you over spiritualize things, you deny the body the ability to work.
Yeah.
That's
a nation. Your bompire, your quite sorry, do any idea, and Nisanki, your breast out, Reverend Lamte.
You want the empire boy, you want the empire
you want the empire boy, and your onion say.
Thank you.
Have we confused, or mixed up the two?
Sometimes we have, and sometimes we haven't.
At what point?
Now, when we deplete our forest, when human actions pollutes our waterways, you don't say this is demonic. You don't spiritualize this. Stop the activity that is polluting the waters. And obena. Stop it. Spiritually, you have the water. Do you want the spirit to also come and pull you away from polluting the water? Why did God put the brain above every other organ in the body? Why? Meaning before you use any organ and anything on your body, let this one work first.
The brain.
Yes. Look around. Everybody wants to be in the corporate world, whilst the true work is out there.
What is the true work?
Put together 20 young guys and ask them their vision for the next 10 years. Nothing. What is our education teaching? Can't the government tax tech? I'm voting this amount of money to you. I'm giving you 5 years. Come out with an agricultural equipment that will work in this country. Come out with a development that will fit the Ghanaian lifestyle. Can't we charge them? Can't we? Because Ghana, where we are, it is a Greek that will push us forward. Not gold, nothing, not oil. All those things are temporal. Assassin su de enwo, send ye tia net ye. And one who su ye a ebesa. And maybe I can move in Grana or Quachimota. Allah jo we cheaper papa. After Caprice. And after Achimota. A forest before you meet Ofanko and nobody awachi. And then forest before you get to Pokwase. Every Pokwase called the enough idea yasasa. And from here to Suhum Akebako. What plans do we have? And are we following? Yeah, don't we travel? From the top to the bottom, don't we travel? When I'm driving around, sometimes also me will be like, me, be careful you don't get a heart problem. Because when you travel, you see things there. So if you are a leader of a particular establishment, when you travel, you see how they do it there. If it is working for them, why can't you do it? Are we looking for a legacy or a memorial? Bruni pedin, enya hunya, bibini pe ahunya, ompedin. That's our problem.
Reverend Abraham Lamte, fantastic man. Now, Reverend, so why can't we also apply those best practices? What seems to be our challenge? You said we travel, a democrat steady overseas, so they know how things are churned out. But over here, no, we struggle to implement. What seems to be our bane?
That's what I said at the end of the statement I made earlier.
Yeah,
yeah. Now, so enyumbia manti can be manti Canadian. But yeah, who did kakra?
Reverend Lamte ahunya ni ebeja hako.
Medasi. Inti ade na wo pre adia obeja hako. That's why I said, are we looking for a legacy or a memorial? Yeah. Memorials are temporal. They are personal. Are legacies.
98.9
are generational. Yeah. And eternal. Mm-hmm. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Ubejako. Cars. It is all because of the competitive mentality. Yeah. Hey, no, it is not the crowd, but the cloud that matters.
It's not the crowd, but the cloud that matters.
That's what matters. It's the cloud. And yet domino.
Politically, no, we are struggling. You made mention of leadership. Don't we have the right kind of leaders managing our affairs?
I wouldn't say we don't, because we chose them.
We chose them.
Thank you. So I have a simple prayer. Mm-hmm. May your children grow up to be like the person you are going to vote for.
You are Repeat.
I won't.
No, but you made me
I would.
A couple of repetitions for you.
Yes.
Do one for me. I've forgotten what you even just said.
Oh,
debut.
I said I have one prayer.
Mm-hmm.
May your children grow up to be like the person you are going to vote for.
May your children grow up to be like the person
you are going to
vote for.
If your answer is Nyamin Pengu, then you know the person is not right. Simple. Because nobody can lead us unless we vote for the person.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a...
There are times you can make wrong choices.
And your woman also Why make wrong choice?
No, but I'm going to the prophetic kakra because what do you see in the prophetic?
Okay, Mahado Jaya. Now listen to me. Prophetically, I know there is a nation called Ghana. Prophetically, I know God has filled Ghana with good, great, and wonderful people. Prophetically, thus saith the Lord. If they will make good use of where God has put them and think of tomorrow, Ghana will be the best.
Are we not thinking of tomorrow?
If we were, we would have gone ahead looking at where Nkrumah left us. At least when growing up, I knew Meat Marketing Board, Ewo Jowulu, where Perez Chapel is now.
Yeah.
When growing up, I knew Omnibus Service Authority, Ewo Opera Square. When growing up, when you go to industrial area, things are functioning. When growing up, I at least I knew some few things. And if we had continued, that's why I told you we are not looking for legacies. We are looking for memorial. And we are too tribal, and it is dangerous. We are so tribal that self-acceptance that it is us. We are living in a global village, for God's sake. And until we overcome that, Mimi papa ne shasi, Mimi mami ne yewe, Mimi, they didn't do it for you. They did it for the whole nation. Stop claiming it, you to do your own. A sense of ownership, a sense of right be. Let me tell you a story. A lady and the husband moved to a new apartment. 3 days later, she saw their neighbor dry her white clothes, but it looks creamish. To say, well, it's in a year. Then she said to the husband, this guy doesn't know the wife is not washing things well. The husband didn't say anything. This thing went on for about 3 months. And every day, when the woman dries her things, his wife will complain. One day when the wife went out, he, the man, took soap and foam and washed the sieve of their window. The next day, when they were dining and the wife turned, she saw Clara. I said, God bless whoever taught this woman how to wash. The husband said, no, my darling. I had to clean our sieve for you to know that the dirt is rather from your side, but she's doing a good job. From that day, the wife's perception changed. Let us stop pointing fingers and take responsibilities. And nipa ya dia ye fair. So be to anamon bi ebe bua Ghana. And betena so nkan say ebe man din and to mean to aso menye. And can I say this?
Me too.
I think we need to plead with all politicians. Let's suspend politics. Have a national assembly. And let's have a development plan for the nation. Let's draw a development plan for the nation Ghana. And then we bring politics back. Every party should tell us how fast and better they can implement the national development plan. That is one. So when you are campaigning, tell the people that this is the development plan for Ghana. I am going to do this and do that and do that. It must fall within the development plan. 2, you must be able to convince the people how you're going to implement the plan. That it will not end up we having haircuts. 3, it should not be 4 years, because naturally you can't achieve anything in 4 years. So let's take it, we give you 6 years straight. But the 4th year, if we don't see any positive results, then you, the leader of that party, will have to step down nationally, and the party will have to bring a new person to continue for the next 2 years. Then we vote. Forgive me, I did a little political studies outside the country, and this is what will help us develop. Every village has their plan, and when the chief dies and they bring a new one, they come to continue. It is only Ghana that the president will not continue the next. At least, I'm not too much into politics. But when I'm going to Kasai Junction, I see that mutual houses that were built by John Mahama. Don't like him, like Ghana. So that the money government is paying on its staff, let them go stay there. So you use that money to do something else. But you don't rent places whilst there is a place lying, all because a party did it. No, parties will come and go. Ghana will still be there. Yeah. When you go to Osekrom, there are 38 military hospitals. Is it coming to heal only NDC people? No. Let's love Ghana more. And when we follow this agenda, it will help us. The next party shouldn't come and say, oh, this person started this. If I continue, then I am not making myself. It is not about how proud and how, you see, life is not about fame.
Yeah.
Life is not about age. Life is about gauge. Your content determines your worth, not how long you have lived. I love Ghana so much that even when I travel, let one person from outside misbehave towards Ghana. I was in Denmark, somebody spoke to me about Ghana disrespectfully. What I did to the lady at the airport, she regretted. And I know she will never forget my face. Can you imagine that person coming to Ghana and this is Ghana? The Ghana I'm so proud of. I'm so arrogantly blasting people.
98.9.
And defending. And so you can't boast of Ghana within your own conscience.
In fact, I am now more proud than ever before.
What makes you proud?
Because we can rise again. That's the secret behind Ghana.
We can rise again.
Just when you think
but
Ghana
we've
is
not
about
risen.
to crash.
It's a process.
That's why I said again.
Mm-hmm. Are we working?
Just when you think Ghana is about crashing, we rise.
You see a sign say we are really awakening.
It's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
When you're talking to people, what do you hear them say? Everybody is ready to now do something to lift the nation. That is the spirit. Everybody.
Trying to do something to lift the nation.
If you like, let His Excellency rise up this morning and say, hey, afedia yabre. Ye yesike bia mfia bontin biom. Mumi ye nyina mfa ye nsan so biribi mu. Ne ye wo no, eno an ye bedi ko sese Ghana begina ne nan so. See how many people will get up and stand with him.
So we grow what we eat.
When a champion said we will not pay our debts, damn the consequence. Did we survive? Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Operation Feed Yourself. Me, but I was there. I saw it. Yeah. When every secondary school had a farm, what is happening? So they were feeding themselves with their own produce. What's happening? What's happening? What did we throw away? Hence what we're going through now. What's happening? It's not about how eloquent you can talk. It's not about how big your family name is. It's about Ghana.
Yeah.
Ubia hu here.
Yeah.
Muma ye nyinambum. Yamfa okruya. Ghana benyankodo. Ghana botumpon. Let's begin to love. Those were the days when you hear brrr, God bless our hope. Wherever you are, you have the goosebumps. Where is the spirit called Ghana that every African wished they were Ghanaian? What is wrong? What is wrong? A nation that does not honor her heroes is not worth dying for. How do we treat our heroes? Anybody that has ruled this nation before is a hero before the one who comes after them. If you don't celebrate the person, you can never achieve anything. Tisa we adwuma wo office bi na wo bompaye se yempam wo boss na kotena ho. Enye nipa na wo gu nanim asio. Akonya na wo kotena so no. Wa hye no se obi a obetena so bia yempam no. That is why most of the time when they come, they want to change the furniture. But they don't know that it is a spiritual atmosphere you have created.
Yeah.
Get ready. So you see that they do everything so yempamono. But at the end of the day, you initiated that chair to pamo.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us?
I see.
What is wrong with us? They bent my church and Christians were asking me, won't I pray for them to die? Why? Don't you need people to fill your church?
Yeah.
I said, because they are Muslims, my only prayer is that may all their sons become preachers of the gospel. Is that a good prayer? Yes. Because when I wasn't born again, one man of God after giving him akpeteshi to drink without his knowledge, chased me and said, Bonilamte, you will preach the gospel. That was the only case which I love.
And eventually...
Today, here I am.
Yeah.
Yes, you burnt the church. You didn't burn me. You see, the problem is unforgiveness. You do me, I do you. It's all over the place. Yeah. Who can I destroy to go forward? Who do I bring down to march forward? Who do I... Hey. But Ghana will work again.
We are in a race for nothing.
We need to begin to go back to that self-help spirit.
Yeah.
Important. Our hospitality, very important. And respect for elders.
But that should be spearheaded by someone. Someone has to lead that charge.
And those are the teachers. If we begin to respect them, they will teach our children right. I'm an advocate. The Bible says, spare the rod.
And spoil the child.
Yes, spare rod. Look at the society we have. Omokasa civilization. When an Arab travels to America, America does not get into the Arab. The Arab makes their environment Arab.
Yeah. A shaman in New York.
Oh, Jesus.
Kaswa, Washington, yeah, serious. Pamcho, Reverend Abraham Lamte, any special guest, and every on time with the clergy. A very special segment, Yade Bremo, and I'm believing, sir, we will have to even continue next week because Kobianuna conversation is getting interesting. More revelations, more insights, more education. And I believe, sir, that's what radio is all about. Reverend, I care a lot about Nation Ghana and what we are into now. We'll be back to this very topic about Ghana and how best we can salvage our nation. We care a lot. Or no, General Overseer of the Believers House of Worship International and the Abraham Lamte Ministries worldwide. Nature say worldwide, he's known. Ebiana, he's touching souls worldwide. But Mami Musa say, has he been able to impact positively our leaders in also helping to shape our nation? Because at times you might think say Ebiana wokan nipenti enipaniti otumi de ye adwuma ema ehun bamfa so mo man no who be bisa Reverend.
Before I answer that question, Director,
boss,
being a friend to His Excellency Nana Dankwa Kufuor,
okay,
does that stop me from being a Ghanaian?
Debbie.
Oh, are you sure?
So we are President Adamfo.
Does that stop me
since
from being...
Since
Thank you. So then why should somebody who is a friend to John Mama hate me? Are we not Ghanaians?
Why?
Friendship is a choice.
Yeah, friendship is
so being a friend to John Mama, does that take me away from being a Ghanaian?
No.
So should somebody from NPP hate me for being a friend to John Mama?
And your papa.
That is where Ghana is now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A man for me inherit a man for enemies.
Why?
I see a nini sign.
Meanwhile, the politicians are very close to each other.
Yeah, they are.
So why present a different picture to us outside, as if you are enemies, and secretly you are friends?
Yeah.
You are polarizing the nation. That's the root of the problem. I just gave it to you. Let's close.
You think it's deliberate?
You see,
for a nation,
for
we are
want
also
of crowd, for want of crowd,
okay,
and the desire to please so-called bankrollers, you hate outside, then you love in secret. So there are people who could advise genuinely, but for fear of being tagged. It is Ghana.
Yeah.
So the advice I will have for His Excellency should be the advice I will have for another person when he or she comes into power. Because we all want Ghana to move forward.
Yeah.
I don't want MPP to move forward. I don't want NDC to move forward. It is Ghana I want to move forward. Because when Ghana works, we will enjoy.
Reverend, do you see a cloud of challenge be around the presidency? Because Reverend Nigel Gaze can be said, oh yeah, leader now a president. I mean, a new one. Ebi mu do fen roso, ebi mu twon wa ha ne adenti no. E ma mutimi ye ha.
Amachi de to nyome.
Okay.
So nyame amma usafo hini. Na ofiti preku kofa hinche oshia. Mini anu mobia nsumuda. Nyo nyame shirano na we shirano. Ufiti preku posia. Ya no na moja neba. Nti eye bribia mumi entu ye muasio. Na mreka tu fa ye nkosi bebrebe.
Panam. Hey, Reverend Lamte.
Osana me boba.
I find Matthias here.
I was with Prisons Band for 10 years.
Oh, no wonder.
As a prisons officer, not a prisoner.
That's a prisons band, prison officers level.
What you say?
I say,
Nyame na si wo hinia. Obebo wo bai.
Nyame na si wo hinia.
Yeah.
Obebo wo bai. No, this one is deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say nyame si wo hinia. I understand what Prophet Nigel Gaze said.
Okay.
Ye do be edia na yamfa David amfam. I sense nyame ye de ne fam ama ono ane babema e ka sei anka to no fi so. But I sense nyame na see no hene no. Unfortunately, some will come to you when election is approaching.
Yeah.
When you pray and they win, then they look for other means to protect themselves. That is where the fear comes from.
Yeah.
But they that trust in the Lord, they will wax strong and do exploit. Now, say nyame na do see ho. Otiasufo ye dey.
Oyekwa.
That's my understanding.
Nyame nsa
Now
wo.
that's asofo nso nipa mpe wo ma hwe ase.
Emum dear.
So it is prayer that sustains us.
Yeah.
So if God puts you there, your prayer will keep you there.
Okay. But this is a leader who has promised God a house of worship.
This is a very dicey thing you want to bring here. But I don't have a problem answering you. Shoot your question.
And that's what I'm asking. Say, this is a leader who promised God a house of worship. Should he win the presidency, and God honored the prayer request, but he's not been able to fulfill his promise to God.
Okay. I am for the thought. I am for the idea. It's a good idea. But I am not for the implementation.
You are not for the implementation, meaning.
Se me kasa me che wadia. O se me ka me busu nyina bom Yesusu. Na me nto ache de na mrew. No, answer me.
Maybe move for mutinje.
No, me na me se me che wadia.
Yeah.
One was open is kato adia no be che.
Wow.
Thank you. Twenia na me da ho ayam onchen. You know, truth is just one. But there are people, when you speak the truth, then hey, you are anti. No, the one that loves you is the one who speaks truth to your face. I've said it before on other sister stations. I am for the idea. Now, because I'm coming from government, say I want national cathedral for the nation.
Yeah.
But you know my principle. Let your good works cause the one who will come after you to say, this was your dream. But because you were so committed in serving the nation, you couldn't do it. But for the good work you did, let us build it in your legacy. Then you see everybody coming together. But because we have been polarized, a year binumu se osia, a year MPP for the omudi bedwa wanganum. Do you see how the nation is divided? So even when a good thing is coming, because it is not from party A, let's step on it.
Wow, Reverend Lamte. But any woman say, I say, Nyamia software na ejisi woman also na ewie and say I tro cancer.
You see, if you have a connection, obey you so quite.
If we have a condition, I'm a circle.
I know a foul me.
Yeah.
Now they come.
Straight.
Obin so bekwa fa Abeka Junction. No fa N1.
Yeah.
Kopi oda kuma. No asaba eno nso di ne beko kanishi. Obin so beko se akofa poano. Akofa Kole Lagoon so. Afa mo akofa Latebi okoshi sa bepie Zongo Junction. Not there are many ways to get to your destination. But the time you are supposed to be there determines the route to use. What you say? Yeah. The time you are supposed to be there determines the route you must use. Efi Mizrim, Eko Bosha Assassins, And what? But it took them 40 years. Why? Because Ebenemo Kanwa Mizrim Adreno Edasuo. So he needed to take them through a process to overhaul. So it was a young generation. Some were born in the journey that got there. And that was how he was able to achieve his aim. Nyamenem ni ahoye. Emre no soa. No so. Ghana is a great nation.
Yeah.
And Ghana is about to work again.
Nyamia you himself free Ghana so say
Never. Now kuko ba time refi ni ba. Oba time nem say ne ba ye kronfo nso ye de na chi no de America ba o je ne hye. God will never, has never. But there are some lessons a parent can allow you to go and learn and come, like the prodigal son.
So why are we going through this crisis?
Yeah, because we are not listening to him. We are not listening to God. But he's still there. The fact that you don't listen to your father does not make you.
And then the Bible quotations here can offer to what
stops him? Nobody can stop him from giving scriptures.
Okay.
And you can't force God to do your bidding because you quote scriptures.
Okay.
He keeps watch over his word to perform. So as you quote the scriptures, are you following the word? Then he will act upon. Yeah. And I'm a kind of know. Having the word does not mean the word has you.
Wow.
God loves Ghana.
God loves Ghana.
God loves Ghana so much.
Reverend, and they are controversial because the way I see Papa is say.
I don't need your approval to say it. So if you think it's controversial, but God loves Ghana.
The way I'm for
don't you think we have been in situations that there should have been chaos in this nation? Thank you. And you don't thank God for that, and you still want more. Come on, let's be grateful.
God can also, help us out of this situation.
Is he not helping?
How?
What more do you want? Do we have a civil war in this nation? Some nations didn't get to where we are. It Ingratitude is what is happening. We should thank God for what we have. It may not be excellent and perfect, but we should thank him. Because when we look around, has there not been a civil rout in Togo? There has been. Right on top of us, Burkina, there has been. Go to Cote d'Ivoire, there has been. Has it ever happened to Ghana? Has it? No. Have we thanked him? We haven't, yet we claim.
Cathedral,
no, don't let us channel. You see, don't let us make the cathedral the center of the success of Ghana.
Okay.
Say and see Asikakra Yedibesinu, can it save us?
No.
If we are not to build the cathedral, the amount needed to put it up, can it solve the problems of Ghana?
No, please.
Thank you. Are we not going for 3 billion?
We are.
Can it even solve the problem? Now let me tell you something. Work will only put food on your table.
On your table, yeah.
Happy 98.
But if you want to be rich, it is the blessings of the Lord.
This is where the conversation get bigger and hotter.
Because it's the hand that does not work. You should not eat. So long as you are working, know that what you are doing will only put food on your table. But if you want to be blessed,
good.
If you want to be rich, then you need the blessings of God. So then you ask, how do I obtain the blessings of God?
Yeah.
If ye be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. We being willing to his rules and being obedient to his directions, then we shall eat. It says, if my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves, seek my face, turn away from their wicked ways. I repeat that part. Turn away from their wicked ways. For the third time, turn away from their wicked ways and pray.
Yeah.
Then I, the Lord, will hear their cry and heal their land. These 4 things, have we done it? Especially the last but one that I mentioned, the wicked
Turn
ways.
away from our wicked ways.
Obi apɛ ne yɔnko ahwe aseɛ. Obi apɛ kwan a ɔbɛfa so de asɛe no nua. Bɔnefakyɛ ne hɔ bio.
Other times we do National Day of Prayer, our glow for near day, Nyamia software near the mob together, say a prayer for the Nano cry software because you know Galam say pity Musa or mobile pie cry na Galam say
The person I say, have I given you scripture?
Debbie.
But am I speaking the truth?
Honestly, you are hitting it as
So it is not about the number of scriptures you quote, but the number of scriptures in you. Eti wo mo a wo ba obra te se ne eti wo mo. Eso no ne ehye wanum. And eso no ne eti wo mo.
Yeah.
When you become the residence, you need this. You don't need to describe it because your life reveals it. National Day of Prayer, yes, we do it. But after the prayers, no, tell me, after the prayers, do we go back to the same offices we were occupying before coming to pray? Or we change before going back to the office? Not a facade. And you have fun katan nipeni.
So man nya chum no doso.
I wanna walk.
Me busa ho. Someone am weni.
And I made who until I'm saying wona walk no. Men na hu nko am hu obi bio.
Matthias here. No Matthias here. Yeah. But so what's your general impression of the church now?
I love where the church is now. The church is doing so great, and the church is the reason for the stability of God.
Never mind, come back. Could be intro because Nigel can be said the way I say social media and some sections of the media. Emma amount for I say amount for a pa bawa sorry muno.
Those who sit behind the console, they all have pastors they go to. So if you cannot defend your faith, then be careful about your tomorrow. Because a day will come, you will need, when you are born, you need a pastor. When you die, you need a pastor. Think again. I pity them all. It is a dangerous path. Woman will follow deal kanya who ye were janabia. So you let your stomach, it can be your pocket or your bank account. Let it lead you. Nyame nyombo ashale body nyombo ashale flash. His words are yea and amen.
Into who say bia asofo ni be by their deeds and actions.
Director.
And no
Director.
Put amount for
asofo ye nipa.
Omo ye nipa.
Wo fom na wo ba sofo ho a ompo. Omfo wasem nkoto dwam. Oba wo ho ban. Into what GD so do when you was assessment no because of when him anya bia ma ho fa we refi se sofo nso ye nipa na so ye nipa idie onya nyame afumso bata nipa
98.9.
I fear people who are too clean.
Okay.
I am not safe around them.
People who are too clean.
I am not safe around them.
But is that what
because when I fall,
humans are supposed to
when
be.
I fall,
yeah.
They would want to protect their cleanness, so they will not extend a hand to pick me out of the mud because Maya won't attack anything. But me what taught a chemodano. Me tomo on him senior. Don't help me because I am tattered.
Yeah.
Help me because I have a need.
That's it. Yeah.
Don't help me because I am begging. Don't help me. In fact, don't stop helping me because now you see me drive a good car. Help me because I have a need. It is me you are helping, not the car. You see, it's a dangerous trend that is going on now. And I am so sad. I am 57 years. I don't know what will happen in the next 20 years to the young ones that are coming with this attitude. I tell you.
Wow.
Hey, God is African. Oh. God is African. Because uhwe kura bia sia awo beka obatan na hospital bia ne ho enso nyame hwe ne so ema ne wo fa ne ho fa ne ba eye nyame.
We say good afternoon to you, the Dawn. This man of God has spoken my mind today. God bless him. I love Reverend Lamte. Timmy's money Edia Odebayo no Vivian Vito I'll say good afternoon to you, the Don. This week, dear, you are blessing us. So today's Osofo is Dito. He's on point. He says it as it is. Great interview. Thank you. All right, yeah, that's it. We say another NDC pastor in your studio.
Thank you, sir. At least you are giving me an identity.
All right.
I don't have a problem.
Oh, I see.
Not me. I don't have a problem. Because if NDC were to be in power and I'm sounding this way too, somebody will also. Meanwhile, when you come to my church, I have big men of MPP in my church. So thank you, Charlie. God bless you. God bless. I love that. This is why Ghana is not working. Because when you speak the truth, politics has blinded and polluted our thinking.
Yeah.
Me can no cry say me NDC pastor. Me that's one can say me nyame nipa. I say NDC na me di wo mo so for dia nyame nshira.
All right, Annette Latte or say Reverend Abraham did music in school. Okay. Abbas Caesar or say that the Reverend can be the third force of our country, just like Peter Obi of Nigeria. Reverend, no, but who consider politics and now?
Am I not already a politician?
You are already a politician.
Thank you.
How?
The Bible didn't say we should come and conform. We should transform. So what I'm doing politics. Christianity is a political party.
Christianity is a
yes,
party. But you've never won an election. That
is what makes it the most authentic party to follow. Because you don't need to vote.
Reverend Wade, no, but
no, Senya Beni president.
Okay.
And we are obeying what he says in his kingdom. So this one, you don't vote. You don't need 4 years or 8 years. Yeah. I belong to a political party. United Party of Jesus.
Allah. Allah.
Right. NDC. Mr. Mwabinsun Kasam MPP. Why?
Oh, no, but NDC.
And okay. Why should I be afraid to determine the party I belong to? Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
If I am NDC, does that make me a Ghanaian?
Yeah, you are a Ghanaian.
If I'm MPP, does that
you
make
are?
Me? So
absolutely.
Why do you need my political affiliation before you see me as a Ghanaian? Simple. Me a Ghanaian.
What do you see good about this government?
What I see good about this government is simple. This government is a government that, to the glory of God, I can say has enjoyed silence, a lot of silence.
Wow.
From social, political, and civil societies. Now look around. Yeah. Is there?
This government has endured a lot of silence. Enjoyed a lot of silence.
Yeah.
In spite of...
How many men of God are being vocal now like they were? So it should tell you that...
it shouldn't be so?
You see, can I tell you one truth?
I'm all ears.
Being in government is all about the ability to use power and use it correctly. Simple. Look at former President John Mahama. You are the president.
Yeah.
And then you go and stand in a platform to debate a presidential candidate. You've brought your position down.
Oh, that's what you think?
That's what I know. Somebody fighting to be where you are, you don't stand the person in a battleground. It is like a professional player coming to play Monday Stars with somebody from Abofu. Obebu Nine.
Yeah.
So when it was the turn of Nanado, he said, no, I don't debate with a aspirant.
Yeah.
I am the president. Wisdom.
Wow. I see.
Are you expecting God to come and stand with the devil who wants to sit where God is?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I won't say much. This is an advice to every politician.
Reverend Abraham Lamte. Reverend Abraham Lamte.
Another NDC pastor.
I was another NDC pastor.
Let us say, NDC pastor. Your friend is saying?
Your friend Enoch.
Oh, okay.
But you said this government has enjoyed a lot of silence.
Yeah.
Do you think there are a lot of
asked me what
indiscipline,
good
a lot of...
I see.
Okay, what do you see?
It means under the situation, what we're going through now, if that silence had not been there, there will be so much chaos and problem. You understand? So
do you think we've been cowed into that silence?
We've not been cowed into it. It's like when you are tired of saying one thing over and over and over, you stop talking.
Nanano who Sofia Kufu. former Chief Justice.
No, I'm not able to say
Ewe, Finance Minister.
no call.
Domestic debt exchange.
Bribi say see and can obe hono ho.
There be.
Thank you.
Wow. So what's Abraham Lamte Ministries Worldwide?
Abraham Lamte Ministries Worldwide is simply a ministry that has health as the top of it all.
Okay.
So we have acquired about 30 acres of land. We're working out for partners. So we put up a pediatric hospital, state-of-the-art pediatric hospital there that will take care of women and children. It's also a ministry that goes to we have adopted 4 villages in the eastern region where every year we go there with medical team, clothing, food and everything. And we also go there quarterly to go see how they're faring. Abraham Lamte Ministry is a ministry that is born out of worship because my everything is worship. I eat worship, I drink worship, I do everything worship. Abraham Lamte Ministry is a ministry that gives meaning to life, a soul at a time. So a ministry that is helping people in the university, in the senior high, and then in the junior high. So it's a ministry that is all about letting people discover their potentials and not making them sit down for somebody to come and do it for them, but equipping them to put out their potential, loving it, and celebrating who they are.
Wow. Yeah. God bless you, Reverend.
Thank you, sir.
Pamcho, Reverend Abraham Lamte of the Believers House of Worship International and the Abraham Lamte Ministries Worldwide honoring this invitation on Time with the Clergy. So we are here to get into our main politics with our political reps. Into Reverend Bishrayen. Na Yahese Brano Sadaji Umua Yabeba na so. Na yenu abubo mine unko because ni adru di adru adwen to so.
Yeah.
And you know.
Onem nyumie. Wone me come for a radi. Say nyina ye so ye nsem a.
Yeah.
Obi hwi ase ase e bepagya no. Mumi enso ye nsem.
Amen.
Akani, enkrani, angrani, aibeni, fantini, enzimani, hauseni, kotokorini. Ye nyina ye Ghana fo. Ye pie agi wakasanse ye hu se wo ye enkrani na wo ye akani. Mumi enso ye nsem. Ghana can work and will work again.
Right.
All I want to say is Ghana can work. It is not about any demon or any witch or any principality. If we purpose to make it work, Ghana will
work again. And next week, say holiday, no, it's around the corner. So now, 6th of March, public holiday, Monday, Monday na the Happy FM Lakeside, Marina Family Fun Run and Walk, no, Shannon Song. Unto trainers akopebito we wotefa kantamanto obenya biato enti no kone kopebi asoro ne fom ne ase na afi no wo do ho agim mema nya akwadworo se saada ne afofida enti no de da bi bra ese utumi kan wo de anu mu hye wo kan nipadua ne hye na de adwumaden so hu line no anu enti ne de sa fun run and walk no Bremo because funds generated from this fun run will be donated to the Mercy Social Center and Shannon Somaye. And of course this year's event is taking place in 4 cities simultaneously here in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi and Afi Tamale Bebiano event no Ebekosu Ewo. Registration fee no 60 Ghana cedis for individuals and Afi 180 Ghana for a family of 5, 2 adults and 3 children. A school team of 5 people, Mutua 300 Ghana cedis, and of course you enjoy 10% discount for virtual club members. Note said the best school team wins 5,000 Ghana cedis airtime on Happy FM amongst other consolation prizes. Pick up your forms at the front desk of Silver Star Tower, Happy FM, and at the Global Media Alliance. For inquiries, call 0208 565 397. And then Friday, Monday, we do the walk. Now, Pancho, I don't call next level energy drink and so on the mount. You know, when you're talking about energy, Kejua, correct energy padia. And I don't call next level energy premium drink, and one that was so when it contains vitamins and proteins, gives more energy boost your strength and vitality required for a sustained physical or mental activity. And it also gives you fast recovery after a vigorous exercise. And I feel so your mood improvement will be able to say kakra bia ne nani aha ne hona ne refi ade ne ade wonya Donko next level premium energy drink ni bi no mu a ebe mu adwen na koyo sa ne mani nyina no ebe firi wo so na afei akoyo se na akoyo no ope bi ato afre 0204 898 698 0204 898 698 Nenya Donko next level premium energy drink ni bi eto. This advert is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. All right, you're 1 hour 10 minutes more to talk. And then we know Saka Salia, it's a member of the NPP. Haruna Amaliba Kinsley, it's with the NDC. Omo and the Omo this conversation this afternoon. But before then, this
is where the conversation get bigger and hotter. Monday to Friday right here on Happy FM. 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss out.
In a crisis situation like this, it is my belief that this country can be governed efficiently with 60 ministers and deputy ministers. We will initiate and undertake the most far-reaching constitutional, political, and governance reforms under the Fourth Republic, which will be aimed at restoring confidence in our democracy and governance systems while making life easier and better for the people of Ghana. In response to the concerns and calls from many of you, we will initiate and undertake the most far-reaching constitutional,